So in today's video, guys, we are going... Hang on. Just stop right there. This does seem quite nostalgic. It's been quite some time since I've done a top 10 video. And so do you know what will feel even more nostalgic? Roll the titles. Yep, that'll do. So as I said, guys, I am going to be doing a top 10 things that you should know about the Antflix series that I have been doing recently. Now, I will be going through things to do with the storyline, to do with Willow's demeanor, to do with credit scenes, all things that you should be knowing about this series. I will also be doing a Q&A video very soon. So if you do not follow me over on Twitter just yet, then make sure to do so that you guys can see the tweet when I tweet that out. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be running this video like a top 10 video that I once used to do. I'm just going to stroll through these and we're just basically gonna have a little chat about some things that you guys should be knowing. So let's start here with number 1, the storyline. Now the storyline has been something that a lot of people have been speaking about in the comment sections. A lot of people have been saying this isn't correct because Pony doesn't know about the refinery and the real story of Piggy. A lot of people have been saying, well, Billy's not really that canon, Dino Piggy's not really that canon. So I just wanted to clear this up in this video. I am going to be using the official Piggy storyline as a kind of base for my own story. Now, yes, granted, I'm going to try and stay as close to the Piggy storyline as possible, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be sticking to it 100%. You don't get a Maximus and Mateo in the official Piggy storyline, do you? I'm going to be adding in some different things to make it potentially a little bit more interesting. I'm going to be changing slight pieces of the storyline just to coincide with what I do. So for all of those in the comment section saying that I made a mistake, yeah, you're probably correct, but it was probably intentional. Moving on to number 2, which is the announcement. I am extremely excited to tell you guys this announcement. Now, recently I have been working on some merchandise for you guys. So on the screen right now, you can see all of the brand new Antflix merch that is coming to my shop. You have hoodies, you had iPhone cases, you have mugs, you have everything. My personal favorite though is actually the sticker. I think that the sticker looks sweet. So there will be a link in the description down below for you guys to go and check this out if you would like to do so. And of course, if you do buy anything on this store, then please make sure to let me know either on Instagram or Twitter, and also hashtag it Antflix merch. If anyone does actually go and buy anything, then a massive thank you to you guys. And if I don't see your posts on Instagram or Twitter, then please make sure to tag me again, because I really want to see anyone that does buy this merch. I want to say thank you personally. Moving on to number 3, the Antflix team. Now, there have been a number of people helping me out with this series, and I would just like to give them a little bit of a shout out, because I don't do this whole entire series 100% by myself. I would say it's a good 90, maybe 95%. I do a lot of the animation, although can you really call it animation? I don't do an awful lot of interesting stuff, but we will get onto that later in the video. But they are extremely underrated, and I would love it if you guys could just go and simply check them out. We have Ineffable, we also have Captain Angel HD, we also have Xanderblocks, and we also have JB Bolter. Now, JB Bolter does all of the models for me, so he created Mateo, he created Maximus, and he also created that unknown character at the end of episode 4, Embarking Fate. Ineffable helps me out with some animations here and there. I believe that he helped out in episode 2 and potentially episode 3, but since then I don't think he's helped me in episode 4. Xanderblocks has also helped me out. I believe that he helped in episode 3 and 4, and Captain Angel, I believe, potentially helped me out in episodes 2 and 4, so it's a little bit over the place trying to remember it. I probably even have that wrong, but they deserve a massive shout out because they really do help me an awful lot. So again, if you guys could just go and check them out, show them a bit of love, show them a bit of support, that would be much appreciated. Moving on to number 4, the opening scene. The anime opening scene that seems to be everybody's favorite thing. Well, that is going to be getting a revamp. Now, it's not going to be changing massively, but it is going to be getting a bit better quality. Basically, what happened is I believe I uploaded downloaded it as some form of Antflix trailer way back, potentially in December, maybe even November. What I then did is I took that from YouTube. Now when you take it from YouTube, normally you can't really download it in a very good quality. So I believe that I downloaded it in a 1280p by 720p resolution, meaning that once I actually then put it onto Premiere Pro, which is 1920 by 1280, it then loses its quality. So the opening scene is a little bit blurry. It doesn't look very good. The music, however, by B Slick, amazing. And I did edit it myself. That little bit at the end, yeah, I did that bit. Very proud. But the opening scene is going to be getting a revamp, some different scenery, just so that it is better quality. Number 5, the animation quality. Now we're going to be speaking about the animation and what I do, because yeah, it's not really that incredible. So what I'm having to do at the moment is really rely on storytelling and just trying to get people hooked in by the story. Now I know that my animations aren't incredible. I've only been animating for roughly 2 to 3 months now, but I'm getting better. I want to tell myself that every single episode that I do, I want to try and learn something new. This could be anything from blinking to easing to, I don't know, just fight scenes. I just want to try and learn, and I'm not going to learn this thing overnight. It does take a lot of time, it takes a lot of knowledge, and it takes quite the brain to actually get your head around. So I know that my animation quality isn't amazing at the moment. It is a lot of presets, which, to be honest, can be frowned upon, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm a beginner, so at the end of the day, I am going to be relying on storytelling to try and latch you guys into it, and then hopefully by the end of this, where we get to episode 12, then you guys will see just how far I have come. Now moving on to number 6, the did this note, something that I think confused quite a few people. In episode 4, the Embarking Fate, you can clearly see that in the blood of Maximus that there is a note that says did this. Now I'm just going to clear this up just so that we are all on the same wavelength. And yes, I'm kind of confirming something here that maybe I shouldn't, and that maybe should just leave for you guys to try and figure out for yourselves, but you know what? Whatevs. So with the did this note, there is going to be somebody that actually did this to Maximus, meaning that Maximus did not just become infected. Did they actually manage to reach him before the infection did take over his own body? Well, that's all to be explained, but I would just like to point out that does that note that is read to Matteo from George at the beginning of episode 4, does that necessarily sound like Maximus? Because Maximus is Matteo's papa, not father. And also, we know who George is. We know that George is Matteo's friend, but would Maximus say, get you and your friend out of here? Or would Maximus say, get you and George out of here? What I'm getting at, and I think that you guys are probably getting the gist of this as well, somebody wrote that note, not Maximus. Somebody took Maximus outside, not Maximus taking him outside there himself. Someone else tied Maximus up to that post, not Maximus tying himself up to the post. Do you seriously think that Maximus is going to be able to tie himself up to a post wherein his arms are in the position that they are? No. So that is going to be the mystery going forward. Who killed Maximus? Number 7, the credit scenes that everybody always misses. I have to tell people all the time, don't forget, there is going to be an end credit scene, and this one, episode 4, was absolutely incredible, created by Xander Blocks, and a lot of people missed this. I felt so bad for Xander. He put a lot of time and effort into it, and it looks as though a lot of people did miss this end credit scene. Now, of course, there are end credit scenes in every single episode so far, so going forward, when we do watch every single episode, make sure to not forget about the end credit scenes. There's always going to be something that is going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Number 8, Willow's demeanor. Now, I've had a lot of people speaking about why is Willow so nice. Well, I have kind of made her this way because she is in front of Tigry, and although I feel like I may have got Tigry's age maybe just mixed up a little bit, I feel as though I want to make it look as though that Willow is looking as Tigry as though he is William's age, which is why Willow is kind of attached to Tigry and wants to show herself as a good person person in front of him. But then I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when Tigry isn't necessarily there, that is when Willow turns into a bit of a Willow. For example, in the station, she basically tells Officer Doggy to eat dirt. She also makes Pony do all of the deeds. She then goes and infects Doggy as well and makes Pony do that bit as well. So Willow is only ever nice when she is in front of Tigry, but that I'm sure is soon to change. Number 9, upload times. Now this is going to be changing slightly going forwards, and it is more to do with May because I'm going on holiday. So actually, that just rhymed. So at the moment, I did plan to do these episodes every 2 weeks. However, it's proving pretty difficult to try and get it up in 2 weeks. Because I kind of do this and I kind of put myself into a position where my head is really pounding and I've worked on it for a very, very long time. And then I kind of get the week off after it so that I can kind of rejuvenate and get my head back together and also write the dialogue for the next episode. So the intention was to upload these videos every single 2 weeks. However, it has become more 3 weeks, which personally actually feels kind of nice. But coming up to May, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get an episode pre-made, because on in middle of May, I'm actually going away to Florida, Disney World, Universal, all that kind of stuff, to actually have some peace and time to myself. So this is kind of just a little warning. I don't know if I'm going to be getting a video up in May for this entire series, but I will return straight after, and hopefully I will get something out potentially beforehand to try and keep you guys going. And finally, number 10, how many episodes are there? And this question has come up quite a few times, and to be honest, I'm quite surprised that you guys can't just figure out the answer. All the answer is, or shall we just say the question back to you guys is, if you guys were to say to me, how many episodes are there going to be in this Antflix Piggy series? My reply would be, well, how many chapters are there in Piggy? Well, we have 13 in book 1. That is, of course, including Distorted Memory. So I'm assuming that I'm probably going to do that as a season 1 type of thing. Then in season 2, which of course is book 2, you're also going to have, I believe, a total of roughly, now this isn't including the Christmas holiday map as well. I believe that it's more 14 because you have the heist chapter and you also have the distraction chapter. So 13 plus 14, yeah, you guys can do the maths. 27 episodes in total are going to be created on this series. That is, of course, fingers crossed. Yeah, so 27 total episodes for this Antflix series. Now, things potentially might change when, you know, the whole Piggy Intercity does come out. I might start covering that a little bit more, but I'm really enjoying learning all the animation side of things. It's stuff that you guys absolutely love, and I'll be honest, it is something that I would love to do, is just to get to 1 million subscribers. I know I am a massive way away at the moment. I think I'm on about 239,000 subscribers at the moment, so we're almost a quarter of the way there, and I know that animating and animations are things that are going to be getting me there. So hopefully over the next year I'm going to be able to take my skills in animating from, you know, a 0 all the way to potentially at least close to a 9. I'm not expecting to be incredible, but I would love to get to that stage. Now finally, don't forget there is always going to be a behind the scenes video out after every single episode that is uploaded, so make sure to not miss that, because we tell you guys all of the silly little mistakes, all of like the timelines for where I actually make it, all of the recordings, and obviously how I edit the videos. But that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully this did clear up a few things. I know it's a little bit over the place, but yeah, hopefully it helped. But anyway, if you could be using star code Antixx when you are buying Robux or Premium, that would be much appreciated. But until then guys, thank you all very much for joining. We'll see you guys in the next one.